Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Stop Motion, directed by Robert Morgan. It's a psychological horror film that explores the mind of a stop-motion animator, Ella Blake, as she grapples with her personal demons and the pressures of artistic creation. The film uniquely combines live-action sequences with an unsettling stop-motion animation, creating a haunting narrative that explores themes of identity, obsession, and the blurred lines between reality and imagination. Quick heads up, this review may contain the occasional spoiler, but I'll do my best to avoid them. Ella Blake, portrayed by Aislingfrancoisi, is an aspiring stop-motion animator working under the critical eye of her mother, Suzanne, a renowned figure in the animation world. After Suzanne suffers a debilitating stroke, Ella takes it upon herself to complete her mother's unfinished project. However, as she immerses herself in the work, she encounters a mysterious young girl who challenges her creative direction, leading Ella down a dark path of self-discovery and madness. As the narrative unfolds, Ella's grip on reality weakens, and the characters she animates begin taking on lives of their own, culminating in a chilling confrontation with her creation, the Ashman. At its core, stop motion is a meditation on the sacrifices artists make for their craft and the psychological toll of creative obsession. The film explores the concept of losing oneself in art, as Ella's identity becomes increasingly intertwined with her work. She quits hanging out with her friends and even her boyfriend. She's obsessed, and the presence of the enigmatic young girl serves as a manifestation of Ella's inner turmoil and the desire for validation that her mother never gave her. The tone of this movie is consistently eerie and oppressive, with moments of surreal horror. I think the film's visuals are what truly stand out. The film heavily uses reds, greens, and yellows to convey emotional states and foreshadow events. The stop-motion animation is a mesmerizing element and functions on two levels: diegetically as the medium Ella is using to complete her mother's final film, and symbolically as a visual manifestation of her descent into madness. Each frame Ella captures becomes an echo of her unraveling psyche. The more obsessed she becomes with her craft, the more grotesque the stop-motion becomes. I think there's a lot of symbolism with the stop-motion. The early film is about a cyclops who sacrifices an eye to see her destiny, only to foresee her own death. This is a clear metaphor for Ella, who sacrifices her sanity for visionary clarity. The animation here is precise and smooth, mirroring Ella's initial mental state. The middle film is about a girl lost in the woods and is also a clear proxy for Ella. These sequences have a jarring rhythm, the movements are more erratic, and the set design loses symmetry, echoing the breakdown of Emma's reality. Lastly, by the climax, the final film is the Ashman, a haunting villain stitched from real meat, bones, and fur. The animation is organic and shows that Ella is a puppet who has lost herself in her art. The way she feeds the Ashman part of her own leg is a synthesis of artistic self-destruction. Her work, like her mind, has consumed her. In a lot of ways, this movie reminds me of 2018's The Wolf House. Stop motion is certainly not as artistically detailed, but the animation style and vibe feel familiar. Aislingfrancoisi delivers a decent performance as Ella, capturing the character's vulnerability and descent into madness with nuance. Stella Gannett portrays Suzanne, whose domineering presence looms large even after her stroke. Tom York plays Tom, Ella's powerless boyfriend, while Therica Wilson Reed's Polly represents the competitive nature of the artistic world. Lastly, Kaolin Springle's portrayal of the young girl embodies both innocence and menace as she guides Ella deeper into her creative abyss. To be honest, I don't think the casting was great in this movie. I'm not sure if it was the actors or their lines, but the execution did not consistently hit. There were moments where I was impressed, and there were moments where I was like, ooh. The score for this film was composed by Lula de la Mata and complements the film's unsettling atmosphere. There are a lot of ambient sounds and dissonant tones that make you feel uneasy. Even more impressive is the sound design. The squelching of flesh, crinkling of paper, and the creaking of wood add a grotesque dimension to the horror. These auditory elements are incredible and are crucial in immersing us in Ella's deteriorating world. This film had a sweet and short runtime of 1 hour and 33 minutes, but the pacing of the film made it feel a little longer. I think the set designs were a little bland and repetitive, and sometimes the lighting didn't look too great, at least for the real-life aspect of the film. Even when the film tries to ramp things up with what's almost an action sequence, it just feels out of place in this film. This movie is certainly memorable, but only for the stop motion and mania. All in all, stop motion is a bold, twisted little gem that thrives when it leans into the grotesque and surreal. It's not a perfect movie. There are definitely some uneven performances, clunky transitions, and moments where the narrative drags or loses focus, but despite its flaws, the film carves out a memorable identity thanks to its inventive use of stop motion animation and the psychological unraveling of its main character. The visuals and sound design do most of the heavy lifting, and when the film locks into its rhythm, especially during Ella's darker creative spirals, it becomes something hypnotic and deeply unsettling. I do wish the writing for Ella and the supporting characters had been stronger and that the real-world cinematography matched the creativity of the animated segments, but I still walked away impressed by the ambition and execution of the overall concept. It's visceral, artsy, and disturbing in the best ways. If you're into horror that leans into psychological and experimental, especially if you like The Wolf House or Mad God, then Stop Motion is worth your time. Thank you for listening to my review of Stop Motion. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.